Hi YouTubers, it's Evan next video so it's going to be another pie tobacco review, another non-live pie tobacco review. So basically I'm reviewing right now Sutliff Raspberry Cobbler. So this is another aromatic pie tobacco, and I'm going to review it right now. So basically this is a dark colored tobacco. I don't have the tobacco to show you guys, but I'll tell you right off the bat, pretty not good. So pretty crappy tobacco. So anyway, initially you first light up, it's very mild, a little bit hard to get lit, and it's pretty damn mild. So actually extremely mild. I get virtually no taste. I smoked I think like 3 bowls, and there's virtually no taste there. I only ordered 1 ounce, and it's really not even worth smoking. Pretty crappy, pretty shitty. So the reason it's crappy and shitty is because honestly, there's no flavor there. It's like, even the smell out of the bag, the smell of the tobacco is very mild. I mean, there's virtually no flavor or a room note. I'm not sure how it smells because you can't smell your own secondhand smoke. Obviously it's like, very mild, very goopy and wet. Also burns extremely fast. Generally about a 10-minute smoke, so even in a big calabash pipe, nice big ass pipe like a big ass cigar, honestly just a quick, smoke. Obviously it's flavored with raspberries, raspberry cobbler, not nearly as good as Boswell's berry cobbler. Boswell's berry cobbler was much better, a hell of a lot better, so that's much more damn decent. So that was a hell of a lot better Boswell's berry cobbler. That had a much more better taste. Berries and vanilla, that kind of stuff, that kind of crap. So bottom line is, I would not recommend Sutliff, because this is Sutliff's raspberry cobbler. So Sutliff or Sutliff's raspberry cobbler, not recommended. So pretty crappy tobacco. So burns too hot, burns too fast, goopy, wet, doesn't have much of a smell to it in the bag or out of the bag. Very mild, basically no flavor there, very bland, no strength, that kind of stuff, no body. So pretty crappy, shitty tobacco. So anyway, bottom line is, that's just my opinion, just like my asshole has one. It's just like, not for me personally. I don't recommend it. Pretty crappy tobacco. So I probably give it a 10, maybe about a 2 out of 10. Not really my cup of tea. So it's not the worst tobacco. I mean, I've had worse tobaccos like Guilty Pleasure by Ashton. That was pure shit. That's pure, pure fucking bullshit. That was pure disgusting, shit. But I mean, this is not at that level, but I mean, it's tolerable. I mean, I can tolerate smoking it, but it's not like anything like fabulous, fabulous. So it's pretty crappy and shitty. So anyway, bottom line is pretty sucky. So anyway, not recommended. I wouldn't recommend it personally. If you do buy it, buy 1 ounce and dry it out. So dry it out for a couple hours. Anyway, big ass cigar for life, big ass pipe for life. Bye.